Welcome, welcome. Mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, gender. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You can't reap something else. So that's why, like, I've come across whole rooms about calling people stupid for, quote unquote, reading the Bible, believing in the Bible. When in actuality, if you treat it the way you treat a song, the way you treat a story, how do you get a kid to learn something? Put it in song or tell a story. So that what? The child can see themselves in the story. And when you see yourself in the story, now it becomes relatable. Whereas if you're just listening to it, it's just like, that's nonsense. That don't make any sense. What do you mean he looked at the fig tree and told it, oh, I'm hungry and you have no fruit? Die, fig tree, die. And it withered and died. Wait, what? What? Where's the sense in that? But if you make sense from nonsense, you can look at something that is not productive that you are doing in your life and tell it, no, you will not do this anymore. And watch what happens. That old thing dies. No longer drawing your life force from you because you keep doing that crazy thing that doesn't feed you, it just starves you. And you can look upon it and say, die, old habit, die. There's a new habit in town. You got to learn to make sense from nonsense. Instead of judging it. I'm flipping through the Rolodex of my mind to find you other analogies. You see, an analogy is this story that you tell someone that causes them to see or to understand. That's what the analogy is. But the analogy is told in such a way. This is why Jesus spoke in parables. He told a story. And he told that story. And because the Pharisees and the Sadducees could not make sense from nonsense, they took it literally and did not comprehend the message. They judged the message instead of interpreting it. So what are you going to do today? People invented a whole language called Pig-Latin. Don't ask me how it works because I don't know. And it just sounds like gibberish to the untrained ear. You see? It may seem to be nonsense. Man, Bajans are the best at that. They could be standing up and having a conversation with a friend and totally insulting you, and because they're telling a story. Man, I was down the road the other day and I got this dog, I got this dog that won't leave me alone at all, at all, at all. Every day the dog at my house. barking and making enough noise, trying to get my attention. Now, if you don't know that person, you'll be like, what? What do you mean you have a dog at your house and it's there bugging you all the time? If you understand the nuance of the story, he's telling you there's somebody there that's bugging him all the time. There's another saying, when someone doesn't want to go home, you ask them, you got lions at your door? Well, clearly there's no lions in the Caribbean. So how are you going to have a lion at your door? That doesn't make any sense. But if you pick sense from nonsense, you would know that the lion represents a problem at your house that is keeping you from going there. So this is the beauty, When you read scripture, there are some things in there, you know, if you flip through the Old Testament, when you hear the story of Jacob and Isaac, I think it was Jacob and Isaac, and God said, I want you to build me an altar and sacrifice your son. You're like, wait, what? I don't understand. I do not understand because that is nonsense. What do you mean? You want me to build you an altar and sacrifice my son? My son? My son? Well, that's absolute nonsense, sir. Well, what did he do? He took Isaac with him up to the mountain and they were building an altar. And Isaac was like, but, Daddy, why are we building an altar? Where's the lamb for the sacrifice? I don't see no lamb for the sacrifice, Daddy, so why are we building an altar? Jacob turns around and says, just keep building and I'll tell you all about it. Okay, Daddy. Until he finally says, well, Isaac, darling, lay down on the altar because you are the lamb for sacrifice. Listen, he must have had some chloroform because you're not going to tell me to lay down so you can kill me. and I'm going to let you? No. So clearly the story is appearing to be nonsense. But now pick sense from nonsense. You have something in your life. You have something in your life that you deem to be so close. So you are so in love with it. It means so much to you. It means so much to you. So you lay it down. Just put it aside for a moment so you can see clearly. Because look at how the story turns out. Man was caught in the bushes. Which would tell you that if you put aside the thing that you deem to be so important to you, you will see the way forward. You will see the path open up for you. So when you're struggling with something and it's got you consumed, you say, whoa, I can't see straight. Let me sacrifice this for a minute. Just let me put it aside. Just for a moment so I can see clearly. But I've seen rooms opened up asking people, would you obey God and kill your child? And I'm like, oh, for God's sake, here we go. Here we go, arguing over nonsense. One does not argue over nonsense. One interprets nonsense. Allegedly, because I wasn't there. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children, wade in the water. seems like nonsense. Yeah? But the message was clear. A dog cannot pick up your scent when you are in the water. It needs land. So if you wade in the water, you can't be tracked. Oh, interpret the nonsense. We had one, I will meet you in the morning, meet you in the morning with a how do you do? And I'll wait down by the river, wait down by the river and greet you with a how do you do? Oh, look at that little ditty. Seems like nonsense to just the untrained ear. But the message is clear if you know how to interpret the nonsense. Listen, I'm going to meet you in the morning. Here's how I'm going to greet you. When you hear, how do you do? That's me. That's your cue. And here's where you're going to meet me, down by the river. You see, we judge too much instead of interpreting what we call nonsense. So then the Bible tells you the wise man builds his house upon the what now? The rock. You would know as well as I would know. Rock is real hard. You have to dig a foundation, y'all. How you gonna go through rock to get the foundation? We don't have any dynamite. Oh, seems like nonsense. The wise man builds his house upon the rock. You anchor yourself, you build upon something that is immovable, which is the principles. You see, when the waves come, yeah, the sand gets washed away, it becomes eroded. So situations in life, they come, they happen, which is natural. But if you are anchored to the principles, no matter what comes, you're not going to get washed away. Why not? Because you know that you can say, wait a minute, how do I want this situation to turn out? What would I be doing in reality? What would I be doing? Let me rehearse what I would be doing. And you sacrifice the old way of thinking because you know that the new way of thinking has the lamb caught in the thickets for you. You know that when you take your attention and you put it upon that which you are projecting outward, well, you know how it's going to turn out. So do you have to fret? Nope. Do you have to worry? Nope. Why not? Because you know how to pick sense from nonsense. That is why. So when you go out into the world, Liza, darling, I see you. Oh, hey, girl. When you go out into the world and you hear of wars and rumors of war, and you're looking out there and you're saying, but it is nonsense to just go kill somebody. Why would I go do such a foolish thing? And you're like, but that would be nonsense. But now you make sense for me. You say, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You want me to go to war for you. For you. You're not willing to do it for yourself, but you want me to do it for you? Oh, no, sir. You don't value my life, but I do. So what do? They sprinkle some education and some perks in there so that you will go and lay down your life for someone and you don't know why. Because instead of interpreting the nonsense, you judged it and said, oh, look, I can really use this. Let me go sign up for the army. Look at how many perks they've got. Oh, okay. Go ahead with that one. Sure. Because I'm telling you, if everybody stayed home and said, no, I don't fight in wars, would there be war? In order for there to be war, you need soldiers. But a soldier does not just go and volunteer for their death because everybody likes life. So now you've got to convince them of something that is worth dying for. No thanks. I'd rather live for you. Prince had a song, I would die for you. And I always ask myself, but wouldn't it be better if you lived for me, because then we could hang out and we could be friends and I wouldn't have to cry over the fact that you're not here anymore. I would rather you live for me, sir. Bruno Mars said the same thing. I will catch a grenade for you. No, thank you. Put my hand on the... What? Are you kidding? Oh, thanks, but no, I will pass. But the question is he being literal? Or is he being figurative? If you take it literally like I do, I would not be doing any of those things for you. No. No. I would rather teach you so that you can change your life, as opposed to getting down in the dirt with you and suffering with you, and then we both suffer. No, thank you. No, because that doesn't benefit anybody.